Welcome to number 69. We're going to take the high road right on by. Chapter 69 of World's Longest Suicide. The 69 even threw me off. It's like, what am I talking about? Beyond 69? Anyway, I'm just a child. I'm Roger, a man-child, apparently. And even though I am suicidal, often, every fourth day, something like that. Even though I am not, no way, shape, or form am I any kind of professional at mental health or psychology or anything like that. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a life coach. Just some suicidal dude throwing some perspective out whenever I get it, which is whatever. All right, so today we're going to talk about stuck points. And we're going to talk about it because I'm kind of dealing with stuck points myself. And I didn't really, I don't know if that's the technical word for it, stuck points. I know I'm dealing with stuck points in my cognitive processing therapy that I'm doing for my PTSD. And so, I don't know if there's another, we've been calling them stuck points because these are points that we get stuck. And we don't get stuck because, these are things that we're getting stuck in our own mind about. And I'm going to give you an example just so you understand. So the stuck points, and we're processing how those impact our day and our walk, our journey through life and mental illness. But the overarching theme of what I've kind of learned in therapy is that my mind is a big dick, and I don't mean it like earlier. I mean, my mind is not my friend. And so, let's talk a little bit about that. So recently, I missed an appointment. I just, it was a situation, and part of the processing of some, of this stuck point is understanding that our perspective may not be the right perspective or the correct perspective. So you go through a process to figure that out. So anyway, there was a meeting that two dates were floated. Same time, just different days. Like one was on a Monday one week, and then the other one was a Monday the other week. And I screwed up and I put it for the wrong day. I had it in my calendar, but wrong day. And it absolutely, bothered me I don't know if, I say it's kind of crushes me when that happens. I mean, I don't like when because of something that I've done, someone else's time is wasted or someone else is put out because of an oversight on my part. So here comes the stuck point. I missed a scheduled appointment, and I feel horrible and I don't deserve that person's business. I don't deserve to be a business person. I don't deserve to run this business. It's a family business. My dad started it, and I took over when he passed away. But all the negative stuff, like, well, that should have never happened. I don't, I really get after myself because I hate the idea of missing something, of wasting someone's time. And when it happens, it bothers me, and I think poorly upon myself when that happens. I just think that I'm bad at what I do, And so I sit here and catastrophize it and make it into a thing that it's really not. And that's what I'm learning to do. Okay, you got a stuck point. So my stuck point is, due to this situation, I am not good at my job, or that's, I'm kind of a jerk because I stood someone up. So then you go through a process by which you ask yourself some questions like, is that reality? I mean, by missing a meeting, is that something that deserves the attention that I'm putting on that? Because it's a stuck point. I think I'm a horrible person, or I'm X, Y, or Z because of this. Is that something that is valid? Would I excuse someone else doing that? Of course I would. I've had countless meetings not happen because the other person didn't show up. And I'm fine with it. I know that there's always a reason, and nobody's making appointments just so they could sit there and smile when I'm there sitting somewhere and they're not, It's not a personal thing. So, but this is where my mind takes me. So it's is that valid? Is the way I feel about that, is that valid? And then you go through a process, then you realize, okay, well, no, it's not. That's holding yourself to a ridiculous, standard, and that's kind of a problem of mine. I don't require anything to be perfect. Like when it comes to me, if I order something and it comes back and it's not perfect, I'm okay with it. I don't require it to be. I don't require perfection, unless it's me and someone else. Like I'm meeting somebody, I want to be perfect as far as my attendance or my making meetings and or when I say I'm going to do something, I try to do it, and really I try to do it 100% of the time, and it bothers me when I don't. So yeah, I don't drive myself to be a perfectionist, and obviously, this is not. If I was a perfectionist, I wouldn't be an artist, because those two things rarely coincide well. And so, anyway, it's not about that, but me being perfect in that sense of these appointments. I do hold myself to that, to a standard, and it's just, and most of the time, again, it doesn't, if I make it to the meetings, it's not a problem. I don't think it, I don't give myself, hey, you made it to a meeting, good job. It's just what should happen. But if I miss it, then it's like, I am the worst. So, yeah, so working through a stuck point, you look at that situation, missed a meeting. I think I'm horrible. The more you do that, the more you realize, no, you're being unfair to yourself, because that's not something that, first of all, the other person always, and even when they say it's not a problem, I always reach out. I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I put the other day, and part of dealing with stuck points is also understanding that I don't like excuses. I don't like making excuses. I don't like screwing up. But then, if I screw up, I don't want to make an excuse, and I don't want someone to think, well, oh, you're making an excuse about it. So you totally forgot, and then you're blaming whatever. So I don't even really like to say, so it's hard to justify that or go through the process of the stuck point, because I also have to tell myself, oh, you're not making an excuse. You're relaying the reason why something happened. It's not making an excuse, because I'm not looking for an excuse as to why I did or didn't do something. So, in essence, it's just understanding. It's getting all the facts and looking at it from, kind of dissociate yourself from it. It's like, if this was someone else other than you, would it be a problem? And the answer is no. If someone did it to me, no, fine. We'll reschedule. Plus, then I got the upper hand. You feel bad, so you got to do business with me at that point. So, in a way, it was kind of an advantage if someone else didn't show up. And plus, there was like this scene from Seinfeld where George, and I'm not going to try to explain. If you've never watched Seinfeld, then just disregard. But George said, about a meeting, somebody didn't show up, and he said, yeah, I've never wanted the other guy to show up. Because there's nothing to do at that point. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything about that, but because I love having meetings. I love talking to other people and getting things done. I mean, that very much, is something that I like to do. So it's not like I don't want to be in the meeting. Yeah. So anyway, stuck points, and once you start going down the road where you're like, okay, this is I have another stuck point about this. It's good to go through these things, because then you realize the thing that I'm really realizing is I am not nice to myself. I am not someone who cuts any slack whatsoever. And so that's an issue. I mean, when you're trying to work on yourself and your mental illness and how that relates with society as a whole. I mean, you want to. I want to do good. I want to have a good reputation. I want to work hard. I don't, even though I use labels a lot, like mental illness and suicidal and those things, I do that knowing why I use the labels. I'm gonna label myself until those labels don't mean anything, because this is a fight against stigma. And so I'll label myself, but I don't want to be. I don't want someone to say, oh, since he deals with this, he actually does okay. I want to. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't want to be, do things and have people say, well, actually, that's pretty good for someone like you. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to set up excuses and say that well, use that by any means. But at the same time, I also want to be fair to myself, because part of it is how we feel about ourselves. I mean, we have, and it was the weirdest thing to say, oh, we have to love ourselves, because that was never a situation for me, where that, I could respect I could respect some things I've done. I could feel good about accomplishments and things, but loving myself was not really that easy to do. And so, but this is another thing. You have a relationship with yourself. And that's what I'm really learning, is how to have a positive relationship with myself. And this therapy and understanding that I'm to blame for a lot of how I'm treating myself and how I feel about things. Because once if that's the way that you feel, like if I take that and if I don't process that stuck point about the meeting, well, I'm going to carry those thoughts and feelings about myself into the next day, into the next meeting, and if it happens again, it's going to start this snowball that's going to turn into an avalanche. Before you know it, I won't be able to do anything, and I don't want to do that. I don't, because it makes it even harder to do the things that you want to do, which is be as healthy as possible, mentally, physically, all in every aspect, ecumenically. I don't even know what that means. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. So I encourage you to find out more about stuck points. It's called cognitive processing therapy, what I'm doing. I don't know if that's integrated with that or if that's just what we're working on right now. But working on stuck points, I've seen some real value for someone who likes to kick themselves. It's made a difference, and because if I could build that into muscle memory, where I just do it without thinking, something comes up and I feel a particular way about myself, and I just immediately go into this stuck point therapy working. It's like, okay, I feel like that could have been better. And then use that, but not carry the negatives. Turn it into a learning, a teachable moment, and then teach, and then let it go, then move on. So, yeah. So I encourage you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if you're anything like me, your brain may be a dick. And you just, that's the if I can give myself if I can self-diagnose, say I've got the brain dick disease, where my brain is a dick to me, and it's what it is. So anyway, yeah, check it out. If you're one that like gets down on yourself incessantly, every bad thing you're like, because so what you're doing is you're and if you're not processing those, like I didn't for decades, you're realizing that you're not as bad as your brain thinks you are. Treat yourself like you would treat someone else. who did the same thing, you know, and then keep fighting, keep finding a way. That's how we get through it. That's how we give ourselves another day. So keep doing that. Thumbs up to you, and keep fighting. And we'll see you in the next chapter. Take care. Number 70 already. 70's coming up. I got to do something. Got to have something good for 70. So, all right. Take care. Bye.